Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am gonna review the most awaited foundation. It is actually available in India right now. None other than the Tir Tir foundation. It is like the internet's most viral foundation of all time, and I got like two of them due to the shade mismatches. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. So this is my bare face. I've not applied anything. I'm not going to use any primer or anything today. I'm just going to use my sunscreen because that's how everyday routine works like. I'm going to use my Round Lab sunscreen today. This is a very lightweight sunscreen, and this is the most favorite sunscreen of mine for under makeup because mostly sunscreens tend to peel off, like they roll up under makeup, but this one is just super. It never disturbs your makeup. As you see, there's no white cast whatsoever. So now let's move on to the best part, the foundation. So this is how the Tir Tir foundation looks like. This is a full size that I got. I got it directly from Korea, so I couldn't source darker shades and deeper shades that weren't available in Korea. So I thought this shade is gonna match me. I got shade 31N French beige, but if you had noticed my shots, it was a little lighter, like way too lighter for me, and it looked nice. The finish was nice, but it looked like I'm wearing like a foundation that doesn't match me well, which I usually don't prefer. So now that this foundation is launched in India, you can find it in Tira's website, like Tira's app or Tira website. It's available in India and it's very affordable. It's even lesser than what I got from Korea itself. Like it was an offer, launch offer, I think, so it was lesser. And I got a mini of it. Like, can you see the size difference? This is like way too small than the original, the original size. Because of the shade mismatches, I didn't want to take a risk again. So I got the shade 40N. I expected this to be a lot more darker, and also it claimed like it's gonna be oxidizing, so I wasn't very sure if this is gonna match me. So let me read the claims to you. This has three major claims, which is very important for our weather, Indian weather. Like the Chennai people know how humid and sweaty the weather gets, even during days where it's gonna rain. It's still like there's still humidity left. So it says it prevents smudging of makeup in the mask, and it also says 24 hours makeup persistent in the mask. So first two claims are about wearing mask on top of this foundation, and also the third one, it says 72-hour makeup persistence. So it's gonna stay onto your skin for 72 hours. And also there's a disclaimer right next to the 70, right, this all three has a disclaimer. It's applicable only for shade 30N Rich Honey. The same way for this shade, it is also mentioned is applicable only for shade 21N Ivory. So there are particular shades that will actually have these claims, and they do not claim for all the shades. That is very weird for me to know. So I think there will be difference in performance depending upon the shade. So let me swatch the 31N French Beige. It's a very beautiful packaging. It has this kind of a pebble kind of oval shape. It's quite big. Can you see my palms are really big, and this one just size of the palm. So it has a click open, and you got to open this, and then you have a big smooth foundation. I have used this sponge, that's why it looks dirty. It's a very non-porous sponge. This is the shade 31N French Beige. I wanted to go neutral shades because I don't want my foundation to be very yellow nor very cool. So I was sticking towards neutral. Now I'm taking the shade 31N French Beige. I'm going to show you how light this gets. This is shade 31N French Beige. Now let's try the 40N. This is mostly to help you out find the shades because there are plenty of shades and it's very difficult to actually find one. I was lucky enough, I got this, but actually I want to try it for like a longer time. the faulty end, so that to see if it oxidizes or not. Only after that I can be sure that this is my shade. So for the mini, you'll have a mini sponge. It's just one finger capacity. If your fingers are petite than me, then you can fit in two. So it's going to be much more smaller. It's, if you just compare to the big one, it's just super tiny. And the same way, it has a mirror. And if you, so I'm going to swatch 40N. Do you see the shade? Looks a little cool toned on me, but it kind of blends into my skin. Like, it just disappeared into my skin. So the shade was perfect for me. Be very light-handed. This is extremely full coverage. You don't want to make your face look like you're wearing a mask on. Just dab on this, okay, very lightly. I actually go very lightly, and then they ask you all to dab the excess here and smoothen the foundation, and then apply on your skin so you'll have an even application. You see how well it blends into the skin? I want to show you the coverage because I have a lot of acne marks going on, so this is the right time that I test on. This was without me dabbing on the back of the lid. This was with dabbing. Just full coverage foundation. Do you see? I've not done any color correcting because I don't want to alter the shade. So this is no foundation and with foundation. It kind of looks like very kind of my match in camera. So it all depends on how it's going to oxidize. But so far, I'm really liking it. Please do leave it in the comment section if this is a good match that I found online. So I am MAC NC 46 to 47 shade. So that's the shade guide. And in Estee Lauder, I'm in W 1.5 cinnamon. I leave my shade matches foundation shades down so that it will be helpful for you all. So much my shade, you see how well it covers all my hyperpigmentations, my acne scars, especially this one here. So foundations like this, you don't have to have concealer because I think this works. This covers up really well. I don't go full coverage most of the time because I'm okay with just a little bit of skin peeking through because I don't like the masked up kind of look. But this is gonna work for people who have something to cover it up with. It matches really well with my neck also, so I'm really happy. So I'm actually going to use the lighter shade 31N as my concealer, just a little bit, just to add a little bit of brightness to my under eye. Even if you are someone who's having difficulty applying foundation smoothly, this is gonna make everything else easy, like the blending, the application, everything is gonna be so flawless. So I'm quickly gonna fast forward the rest of the makeup, and I'm gonna show you all the next product I got from Tir Tir. I really wanted to know how everything else blends on this. Since it's full coverage, I feel like everything else feels extra pigmented. I already like it a lot because I don't feel anything on my face. Usually a foundation this heavy is gonna make you feel like something's on your face. This feels nothing on face. Be very careful with these rare beauty blushes. They're just very misleading. You know, you just need very tiny amount, especially with the shade Grateful. It's an orange red. It's a beautiful natural looking blush, but it is a very tricky shade. I'm mostly trying all the textures like a makeup would have, like from creams to liquids to powders on top of the foundation, so that I will get an understanding of how it all layers up. So I have used the cream bronzer, liquid blush, and I'm gonna use a powder highlighter. Highlighter. The best part of this foundation is it didn't lift. It just stayed put on top of, like, I've applied so many things on top of it, it still looks put. Yeah, that's what I like about this foundation so far. Nude Sticks brow gel. Let's go on to the best part, the setting spray. This setting spray is very, very, highly compared to the one size Patrick Star's setting spray. This says makeup fixer sets makeup without clumping up for a soft finish. It helps makeup smoothly, and also they say that this is kind of very compared to one size Patrick Stars and the Urban Decay, like a hybrid of both. So let's see how it works. This is how it looks like. I really wanted to try this because both the same brands should work well together. So giving it a high potency, I'm just gonna test it out like for a long time and see how it like turns out by end of the day, and I'm gonna check in very soon. They say 2 X's and 1 plus so that you cover your entire face. That's what I'm gonna do now. I'm going to use my Natasha Denona's contour powder. It's in the shade number 5 Deep. So this is basically a cool toned contour shade. If you see the shade, it is a very cool toned shade. So this is going to create a shadow for my eye and give it a little bit of depth, which I need right now. I can't just leave my eyes plain like that. So I'm going to use a mystery gloss here in this video right now. There's a video coming up soon, so you should wait for it. Also, because of this lip gloss, I got this breakout around my lip line here. So I really want to talk so much about this lip gloss. Now I'm using it on top of breaking out is because I want to give it one more chance. So that's how my foundation turned out. I am very happy about how it worked. It has worked amazing, and the foundation looks really well. But I'm gonna test two more things before I leave. I am gonna check a transfer proof test with my hands here. Once I touch or drag, if it's coming off. Yeah, it does. Okay, so it is not transfer resistant, and since I've already mentioned that I've worn it before, this is not sweat proof either. It's not transfer resistant, but keep all that aside, the finish of it, just see how beautiful it looks. It is super smooth, and my face feels like it's having a filter on, except for this lip. Except for this breakout, it all looks like really flawless. Do you see? I really love this. So I will come back after some 3 hours because it's already end of the day. I need some more work to do. So I will come up with a flash test and I'll finalize with my opinion on this foundation, or is it worth the hype. So if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe to my channel and also click on the bell button so you get notified every time I upload a video. So this is the final check-in. Like, I've been wearing this foundation for almost like 4 hours now. Yeah, that's all I could wear it for today. For some other time I would just wear it for a longer time and then add it into this video later on. So for now, I feel that it just is intact and nothing is more. It's just exactly like how I've applied, but a little bit of oiliness in my T-zones. Yeah, total T-zone area, and chin is fine, but around this area I have a lot of oil going on. Nothing, just a blotting paper would fix this and it'll look good as new. So this foundation is really nice and feels really amazing on skin, but I have to just use it a little bit more to know if it'll break me out. Or also, more than the foundation, the setting spray was my most favorite thing, like in the entire collection. This is it's so much like Urban Decay, but just a fraction of cost, because Urban Decay costs around 3,000 and this was just around 950 or 1,000 in Tira, so which is like a good steal for me. The foundation, if you really want to try and have the feel of the hype, you can actually go for the mini size, like the mini packet, but without knowing the shade, don't go for the big one, is my opinion. So yeah, this foundation is good, it's holding on well, but it is not budge proof, it is not transfer resistant. It does transfer a little, at least for my skin, because I am a combination skin and it kind of makes me have a little bit of transfer here and there, and then when I sweat it does come off. But even if it comes off, it doesn't look bad like the other foundations where you're gonna make it look like foundation's wearing off wherever you're sweating, and it's not gonna look like as if your foundation's melting off and your face looks really bad with the melted foundation. It's not gonna give you that look. It's going to give you that even finish. And about the oxidation, my skin hasn't oxidized, it just feels exactly how I did. So the oxidation part, I've not faced it. So if you find a right shade, you can go for it. I really like it for the packaging because I can just throw it in my handbag, and then you don't have to, while traveling, it's super good. You don't have to worry about it breaking or the bottle lid opening, pump getting pressed and foundation in your bag. Nothing of that situation. So in my opinion, it's worth. And do check out in Tira. I will link it in the description box below. Hope you'll enjoy this kind of video. So meet in another one. Bye guys.